StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between FatalBunny and EATMYDICTION on Honorgrounds, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is FatalBunny. And in the bottom right side of the map, representing FXB, it is EATMYDICTION. Formless Bear Sloths is the spinning logo next to this Terran player's command center. So this is a Masters level game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. Again, if you're Masters or Grandmasters, send me your stuff. Send me your stuff. I'd love to cast it. I love to represent this section of the StarCraft 2 community. Everybody loves the pro stuff. Everybody loves the lobby stuff. But we kind of run into a problem when we hit, Diamond Masters. You're really good at the game, but nobody wants to watch your things. So that's why I will cast Masters. That's why I will cast Mid-Rank Madness up to Diamond, because everybody who plays StarCraft 2 deserves the chance to be cast. That is my firm belief as a StarCraft 2 fan myself. All right, hatch first here on Honorgrounds for FatalBunny. Here on the low ground, so as to spread his creep a little bit more quickly than the alternative. Reaper Refinery done for EATMYDICTION. And a barracks coming up here. I think this is going to be a Reaper. That's where my brain was going. My brain said, this word starts with an R as well. Why don't you say it instead of refinery? And I said, brain? Sometimes you want me to die, don't you? Sometimes you want me to just mess everything up. Is it going to be a Reaper? Come on, EATMYDICTION. You got the money for it. It is. Reaper on the way. This is the Beast. Wait. We're going to hang on to that one. This is Moros, a very polite Reaper who was once a butler. He was brought to the Dominion Reaper training grounds by a strange, dark portal. Hey! Hey, that's a World of Warcraft reference there. Moros. Is it Medivh? Medivh or Khadgar? One of the wizard servants is named Moros. He's very sad. He's a very sad servant, but he's very loyal. Very loyal as well. But apparently he got sent to the StarCraft universe and put in a Reaper suit, which isn't exactly the greatest way to be. So here goes Moros, moving out across the map from the bottom right. Let's see if he goes at the top left. Oh, he does, because there's an SCV scouting. Excellent job. But actually, coming back home is our Reaper. Did he scout? He scouted that the spawning pool was done, and there are some lings possibly on the way trying to knock your stuff down, but I don't know if you need to go home that quickly. Okay, the lings, nope, the lings are defensive. The lings are defensive, EATMYDICTION. Get in there, Moros. Get in there and take them out. No, look at him down there. Look at him on this mini-map, hanging out by the Zelnog Watchtower, trying to act all cool, not killing anything. Come on, man, you can do this thing. He's not going. He's not going anywhere, is he? Queens are already out. Speed is 50% complete. Once speed is done for the lings, it's pretty much all she wrote for a single Reaper. So Moros playing defense valiantly, but that's not why we name Reapers. We don't name Reapers so they can play defense. That's not the intent here, even the tiniest, slightest of bits. Factory swapping over onto the reactor that the barracks built. Gonna be a Reaper follow-up. Everybody say it with me. Reaper follow-up. There it is. Not Reaper. Hellion follow-up. Dang it. Dang it, brain. I gotta stop casting so late, you guys. Third hatch on the way for FatalBunny. Not actually bothering to take the safe location connected to his main. You know what? Kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. It's a long way to run from your natural base all the way back to your third, but it's not as far to go to a third base that's here basically in the same location. So, all right. I can get on board with this, what FatalBunny's trying to do. But yeah, I mean, Reaper hanging out. Hellion's doing the work here. And by that I mean, here we go, Speedlings trying to take down Moros. Can't do it. Can't do it. There are not enough lings to take down 2 Hellions. And a Reaper, heck no. 10 more lings on the way, though. That might be enough. That might be enough. Reapers in production. Nope, Hellions in production. Why do I keep calling them Reapers? And Banshee Cloak. Banshee Cloak coming in for EATMYDICTION as well. So perhaps a Hellion Banshee attack, which is really good. Is really good against Zerg. Very hard to stop if you don't know how to do it. I assume FatalBunny knows because he's at the Masters level, but we'll see. We'll see how he manages to do this thing. Overlord, fast Overlord, scouting through the main base of EATMYDICTION and will escape with his life thanks to the fact there's only a Marine trying to kill him, not like 40 of them. So Banshee's on the way. Tech Lab on the barracks. Going to be used for what? It is a mystery. It is a mystery. And a third command center on the way for EATMYDICTION. So here come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Hellions and a Reaper. Moros, the Reaper Roach Warren here, just blocking off access behind this mineral line for FatalBunny. It's going to be lings defending for FatalBunny. Is that going to be enough is the question. Does he have enough Zerglings to deal with this many Hellions? He only has 13. I don't think this is going to go well for our Zerg player. He's got queens on the way, useful, but either more lings or you need some roaches / ravagers. Always very good. Always very good against Terran. So here come the Hellions again with Morose, and there are lings, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Good job, Micro. Good Micro here. 3 queens. Okay, so there are 3 queens defending with a bunch of Zerglings, and EATMYDICTION says, oh, there's a base up here. There's a 3rd base roasting up a couple of the drones, killing 2 of them. Not huge numbers, but didn't lose any Hellions here either. Roach is finally popping for FatalBunny, and it's enough to push EATMYDICTION back. So, what do we got? Cloak Banshee going to town. Oh, in the main base of FatalBunny. How many kills do you have already? 3 kills already. 4 kills. Gonna try to kill this queen. Gonna try to kill these drones. Yeah, I mean, killing the queen is pretty much the way to go here. Gets a final inject off, does the queen, and then she succumbs to the Banshee. That Spore Crawler's gonna finish, dude. You might want to get out of there. Might want to get out of there. Oh, never mind. Nope, doesn't want to do that. So 10 drones killed so far, plus all the lost mining time at the main. Hellions trying to come back into this 3rd base. No. Roach count too high. There are 8 roaches. And on the creep, they're plenty quick to deal with that. So Morose has no kills, but he's still alive. Whoa. I don't know what that was. Hang on. We're going to back it up. I tried to breathe. What is that? Oh, it's a million Zerglings. Okay, so a million Zerglings trying to get rid of these Widow Mines. And these Marines actually doing pretty well for themselves, but nope. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Poor Marauder. Marauder caught in the center of Zerglings. He's going to die anyway, but then Widow Mines just obliterate him along with the Lings. It's just friendly fire, man. Friendly fire. 8 kills on that single Widow Mine. That Widow Mine got all that responsibility, all that credit. Lame. Super lame. Hydralisk Den on the way for FatalBunny. Evolution Chamber. Out of FatalBunny as well, but it's 3 base to 3 base, man. You got to take a 4th at some point here. I know it's early, but it's Legacy of the Void. 6 minutes and 45 seconds is not too early to go for that hatch. Banshee moving out. Again, it's a Cloak Banshee. It is a replacement Banshee. Is that a 4th command center on the way for EATMYDICTION? He's feeling extremely confident right now in his Widow Mines, in his Marines, in his Hellions. It's 59 to 54 Harvesters. The Zerg player has a lead, but I don't know, not looking particularly good. We do, in fact, have a Banshees going after roaches. Queen here trying to save it as well. Overseer following this Banshee, recognizing Cloak is a potential. And it comes in, but doesn't really help EATMYDICTION all that much, because, again, the aforementioned Overseer. Galil Reconstitution on the way from FatalBunny, also getting a muscular augments for his Hydralisks. EATMYDICTION working on Combat Shield, working on +1/+1 for his biological units, which means going for a lot of bio and some tanks. I guess there is a tank on the ground and 1 more in production here, but really just sitting back on these 4 bases and macroing up. 4th base, there we go. FatalBunny taking his base inside his main finally for his 4th hatchery. That's kind of amazing. That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I've never seen this before, but getting it this late, I guess you have a fairly protected base mining longer than you would otherwise, so that could come in handy. Hydras and roaches on the way from FatalBunny. Pathogen glands on the way as well. Infestors should be following up shortly, but meanwhile, both players just sort of hanging out. 1,000 resources lost for the Zerg player and 675 lost for EATMYDICTION. Have I mentioned that I watched Logan a couple weeks ago? Now, have I mentioned how awesome it was? It is the best X-Men movie of all time, and some people might say that's a low bar, Falcon. The X-Men movies aren't exactly total instant classics, and you're right. None of them really are, but Logan is just the correct use of Wolverine in a way that the consequences are real, and the characters are real, and there's feels, and it's just good. You should see it. You should see it. It is very violent, though. I mean, if you're kind of squeamish about that kind of stuff, don't watch it. Don't do that. All right, Marines, Marauders, Tanks, Hellbats. Sneaking on up here. It's time to go, says EATMYDICTION. 9 minutes into this game. Got Widow Mines leading the way out onto the creep, hoping to kill any Zerglings that they might see. Is it going to be enough, though? I mean, that's a lot of Hydra. Hydra Roach composition, trying to get that flank along this left side. Surprise! Sneak attack! Tanks do manage to get into siege mode here and retreating for his life now. Is FatalBunny. Hellbats getting destroyed at the same time and pulling back. A lot of creep tumors dying as the scan from EATMYDICTION reveals them. More hydras, more roaches in production. Viper's on the way for FatalBunny. Yes. Haven't seen enough Viper recently in my ZVT. So excellent job, FatalBunny, making sure that thing happens. Roaches and hydras sneaking on up again in a straight up fight. Trying to use burrow micro here, but no, the scan just kind of makes that useless. And the roaches keep dying. I mean, the roaches against these tanks are they're just super squishy. They're incredibly squishy is what they are. So Viper with Blinding Cloud seems like a pretty good strategy here against this very ranged Terran army. Is Moros still alive? He has a kill even. Moros, what did you kill? Did you kill a drone? Did you kill a Zergling? He killed a roach. I don't know. FatalBunny's attempt at a 5th here is canceled, as tanks are shelling it from the high ground, which is a pretty good high ground location for harassment. If you're really any race, but especially for Terran, it's very good. Very super good. EATMYDICTION on his 4th base, very happily turning it into a planetary fortress. Another command center here. Could also be a PF unless he wants to land it for a 5th base. And you know what? He kind of has map control right now. I don't really see FatalBunny coming down here at any point. So yeah, he's going to land it. He's going to go for a 5th base here at the 10-minute and 42-second mark. +2/+2 on the way for EATMYDICTION. And FatalBunny kind of really falling in love with these 90 hit point hydralisks and these roaches with Overseer support. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good long-term strategy. I really don't. So here we go, setting up. Tanks are in the front. 2 of them die immediately. FatalBunny pretty happy with that. Overseer's dead now, though. Oh, that's not good. Other Widowmines in this army. Let's take a look. Widowmine. There's a Widowmine in this army. It is burrowed, but only 1. Viper's ready to go. Blinding Cloud. Blinding Cloud! Wait, is that just stim? That might have just been stim. Viper's not do anything there? All those units stimmed, and like a green haze came over them, and I was like, that's Blinding Cloud. No, it was not. That was healing, and that was stim. Roaches and hydras again going for it, but they just kind of... There's Blinding Cloud on the tanks, not part of this battle whatsoever. Move forward, FatalBunny. You got hydras back here, not participating in this whatsoever. Blinding Cloud doing its job here, and suddenly tanks out of the battle. Okay, tanks are back in the battle. Hydras from the right side, and all the hydras take down all of those siege tanks. Our Widowmine has a single kill, which is nice, but man, a lot of dead stuff for the Zerg player here as well. 9,400 resources lost for the Zerg, compared to 7,800, 6,800 for EATMYDICTION. So yeah, again, the cost efficiency for Terran is pretty good. Pretty good in this one. Do you have a new Overseer? Tell me you made a new Overseer, FatalBunny. Nope, no Overseers on the map, none in production. Dude, you gotta have detection against the Widowmine player, as EATMYDICTION is doing here. Knocks down the gold base rocks. Here, just to the south a little bit of FatalBunny's 3rd base. Got a 5th base on the way as well, replacing the one that was canceled earlier. And so far, so good, I think, for FatalBunny, making this thing happen. EATMYDICTION is up 195 to 177 total supply. He has 82 harvesters. Jeez, the macro ability of Terran. Again, I think I've talked about this before, but there's some kind of rumblings on Reddit that maybe we kind of change the macro abilities of Zerg. It used to be that Inject spawned an additional 4 larvae for queens, but it got nerfed to 3, and it didn't seem like it'd be that much of a change, but hard time macroing a little bit our Zerg players. Macro hatches can help quite a bit. Obviously, that's very, very good, but people have talked about buffing it back up to 4 again. People have talked about maybe if you have a lair, then you can get 4 larvae per inject. There's some things floating around. We'll see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base under construction by EATMYDICTION. Actually, it's done. It's just upgrading itself to a planetary fortress is all it's really doing right now. And again, hydras, roaches patrolling around on this creep. Widowmine, bam! Getting a hydralisk kill. Nicely done, Widowmine. Is there an Overseer with this army? Dude, you making one now? Yes, making 3. All right, so he's making 3 Overseers, which is perfect. And here we go. Hydra Roach army against the Marine tank army. The Blinding Cloud taking the tanks out of this thing. It's just Marine Marauder versus Hydra. Look at how well these Hydras are doing. Okay, a lot of them are dying at the same time. The tanks from behind are splashing really hard. 44 damage times 2 is not enough to kill a Hydralisk. And they're still alive. Still alive here, and the tanks there are 2 of them. How many kills do they have? 2 kills and 4 kills each, continuing to push. Here is EATMYDICTION. This is an important skill for Terran to have. If you win a battle, even if you don't have a huge army against Zerg, push. Push in. You're going to be okay most of the time. Okay, EATMYDICTION is not feeling particularly confident about this. He wants to kill this creep that's almost up at his 6th base. And that seems very smart, actually. A lot of creep tumors dying. How many have been killed so far? 30 dead creep tumors. Jeez. EATMYDICTION really hates creep tumors for sure. Overlord's just kind of scouting the natural base of EATMYDICTION. He sees the Ghost Academy. No nuclear missiles. We do have personal cloaking on the way, though. And EATMYDICTION retreating in the face of a giant Hydralisk army with +2/+2. More Hydras on the way for FatalBunny. So both players maxed out, essentially have the same worker count, 82 to 79. EATMYDICTION has that lead. But again, at this point, he's got a big bank as well, about 4,000 minerals and 1,500 gas. I just don't know that he needs that many workers. He might sacrifice some of them. Working on +3 vehicle weapons, +3/+3 on his Marines and Marauders here at the 15-minute mark. It's not Beyond. And it's not Pult, but it's pretty good. But it is pretty good stuff. Hydra is knocking down the rocks by the other gold base on his side of the map. He likes this gold. He thinks this gold is delicious. He's going to expand it all over the place. He has the time to do it. He really does. EATMYDICTION's kind of hanging out again. Sort of just hanging out. Not really sure what he's... I mean, he's getting upgrades. High-sec auto-tracking, building armor, personal cloaking, drilling claws, Terran and vehicle ship plating level 2. The longest upgrade in the history of upgrades, and +3/+3 on the way for the Hydras and Roaches and Ravagers as well for FatalBunny. Queens also benefit from those upgrades, but not usually part of major battles are Queens, at least not here. So FatalBunny trying to make just a Hydra Roach Viper thing work. I mean, I'd like maybe to see some lurkers mixed in here, maybe try a railgun style Mr. FatalBunny, but no, he's getting a Spire. Maybe he'll transition to something at some point. Little high ground harassment on EATMYDICTION's 5th base. Taking off some Marines that are trying to sneak around the backside. Sorry, Marines, not enough of you to make that thing happen. And the Hydra is coming down. They're committing here a little bit, and here comes the battle. Blinding Cloud on the units again. Tanks not being blinding clouded, but I'm not sure it actually matters here. There are a lot of Hydras. There's the blinding cloud on the tanks. Once again, tank 1, tank 2, tank 3 are gone. EATMYDICTION in a lot of trouble right now. This planetary fortress under direct assault by Hydralisks and by Roaches, but the repair is really good, and EATMYDICTION coming to assist. Don't attack into the PF, and he's not able to kill it. A drop up here at the natural base. Marines and Marauders taking out Roaches, taking out Hydras, going after the Roach Warren. They get it. Bad place to spawn, you guys. Not looking very good, and more Hydras coming to reinforce, and they do pick off and destroy this drop, but it's enough to force the entire army of FatalBunny back. So EATMYDICTION, that was scary for a minute. But the repair on the planetary fortress was very clutch. The remaining units for EATMYDICTION coming over. I feel like if FatalBunny just pushes across the middle here, right, just up the middle and up the ramp and takes out these production facilities, he might have won the game. But instead, he tries to go after the planetary fortress that is being repaired by a lot of SCVs, pulls back his entire army to defend against the small drop that EATMYDICTION was pulling off the natural base. And now suddenly EATMYDICTION's back up to 200 total supply. Another attack of Hydras. Overseers flying over this army. The concave is good for FatalBunny, but again, the upgrades, I'm not sure how well they scale here. Compared to the Terrans, this is the biggest Hydra bio army I've ever seen. This battle is ginormous, but it looks like EATMYDICTION manages to win that one. Thanks, I think, mainly to the bajillion medevacs he has in the sky right now. What is that, 18 medevacs? In the sky, trying to take this gold base. FatalBunny, there's a cancel if I ever saw one. There is the cancel. Vipers here. Vipers hanging out. +3 ground armor, +3 missile attack. Just now completing for FatalBunny. He needs it. He needs that upgrade real bad if he's going mass Hydra here. And it's done. It's done. Pathogen glands on the way. A little bit late, I think, but going for it anyway. Hydra's coming on in. There's more blinding cloud. There's parasitic bomb. Oh no! On the medevacs, they're forced to retreat and run for their lives, trying to split them out. Not working super well. Another parasitic bomb would finish these guys off. EATMYDICTION running for his life right now. Roaches and Hydralisks chasing after in full retreat is EATMYDICTIOon. Holy shamoly, is there enough for another parasitic bomb or two? There's enough for one. And that'd be really good, but is it blinding cloud instead? I don't know. What is this Viper doing? Get in there. Assist with something, and the Hydras. There's the parasitic bomb on the medevacs, falling very quickly. Suddenly, bunch of medevacs are dead. Is it going to be enough? Yes, the Hydras are winning. They're picking off medevacs in the sky. No real ground army to save it. Don't go near the planetary fortress. Stay away from the planetary fortress. Hydra's fighting again, winning the battle, but forced to retreat. How many medevacs have been killed? Not 12. 18. 18 dead medevacs. Parasitic Bomb, extremely effective on that one. Double expanding is FatalBunny to the top right side and back of that gold base. He was forced to cancel it just a minute ago. So both gold bases taken here. Hydras trying to snipe a command center out of the ground, out of the sky. As EATMYDICTION attempts to expand here. Not looking good though. And forced to retreat again with these Hydras and these Roaches. He wants to make this thing happen. He really wants to do this. There are Liberators setting up shop, exactly 3 of them. Staying out of the circle pretty well here is FatalBunny. Picking off medevacs when the army retreats. I'm liking this. Liberators coming up close and instead just getting murdered. Ouch, that was not a great idea, but enough Marauders, enough Marines to chase these dudes away. So the Marauders don't do extra damage versus Hydras. But man, Hydras are standing on their own a lot more than I ever expected them to. FatalBunny needs a tier 3 unit though. Needs Ultras, needs Broodlords, needs something. So I just don't know how this is going to work out for him. He's doing very well in straight up battles, but he's just not convincingly winning anything at this point. Medevacs in the sky, Marines, Marauders clearing out those creep tumors. Trying to come up from the backside is FatalBunny. The macro looking very good. Very good out of FatalBunny here, but another base taken by EATMYDICTION, another planetary fortress. And he's maxed out once again, spending his money pretty well, below 1,000 minerals anyway. At this stage of the game with this many bases, that's pretty hard to do, but he's keeping it going. He is keeping it going. Medevacs healing as desperately as they can. They're all very low on energy though, several of them below double digits. Hydra Viper coming from this right side, going for it, and Blinding Cloud tossed down. Parasitic Bomb on the Liberators and the medevacs, enough to kill them quickly enough. It is enough to kill a lot of these units here, but even without the medevac support, the Marauders with +3 attack doing extremely well. Hydras winning the day though. Reinforcements coming in, and medevacs picked off from a distance. These 2 medevacs need to live. They need to live. Those are the only 2 medevacs that EATMYDICTION has remaining here. Can he get it? Get the medevacs. Oh, only some Hydras came. Where are the rest of the Hydras? Oh, the macro for EATMYDICTION saving his shorts right now. Reinforcements coming in. That's a lot of Hydra though, and you guys are super overstimmed. Liberator, do not get in there by yourself. Turn around very quickly, and never mind. Liberator instead sets up a circle in a weird place and dies. Medevacs are now toast. And suddenly, very overstimmed Marines and Marauders are coming into a big clump of fully upgraded Hydralisks with 90 hit points, trying to land an orbital command by this base. Nope, it's on fire. Planetary Fortress defending again. Planetary Fortress is factoring a big way, in a big way, to these battles for sure, and the Hydras once again are forced to retreat. 72 to 81 Harvesters. This has been pretty darn non-stop. We've got 45,000 resources lost for FatalBunny, and EATMYDICTION is sitting at 38,000. Tanks, Marines, Marauders, Liberators, when in doubt, make these units, Terran players. Again, FatalBunny, but I really think he just needs to go to a tier 3 unit of some kind, and he's not. Again, Hydras, pretty good for themselves. Blinding Cloud, a nice little addition to the composition here, but it's just... Roaches are a terrible choice. Marauders eat them alive. The extra damage they don't do against Hydras. See how many volleys it takes to kill a Hydra? That's a lot of volleys. A lot of volleys, but the medevacs healing the units, making the difference. Making the difference here for EATMYDICTION. Another expansion in the top right for FatalBunny. This is turning into the macro of all macro-style games. Holy crap. All right, what do we got here? Marines, Marauders, Liberators sneaking on in, trying to kill bases. There's a small Roach Hydra Viper grouping for FatalBunny, but is it enough? I don't actually know. Liberators setting up in nice locations. Units that wander into the circles end up completely dead. Dying very quickly indeed, and yoinking the tanks in. Excellent choice there, but is it enough? Liberators gone. Blinding Cloud dodged ably by EATMYDICTION, and nope, the Hydra is winning the battle again, but reinforcing units coming from the south. Reinforcing units taken down. Hydralisks using concussive shells so they can't retreat. Gold base on the right side toast by FatalBunny, but it's pretty much mined out anyway. One remaining mineral field there. More Hydras in production for FatalBunny. More Marines, more Marauders, more medevacs. So many medevacs. So many. 27 medevacs have been killed in this game, and he has 14. This is a lot of medevac, but it works. It really does. Oh, FatalBunny gets dropped Up at this base in the top right side, he tried to take the sneaky protected base, but drops make that pretty hard to defend, and it ends up toast, so he just moves the drones over to the main base location in the top right side. Hydra's picking off more medevacs. Oh, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. All right, so FatalBunny has 2 mining bases. One of them is gold, which is good. EATMYDICTION has 3.2 mining bases right now, of which none are gold. No, one is gold. One is totally gold here. All right, here we go again. Roach's Hydra trying to take down the space of EATMYDICTION, but again, the destructive power of these Marines and these Marauders, Liberators setting up Defender mode circles, and that's it. FatalBunny taps out. FatalBunny is defeated, and EATMYDICTION is victorious. Oh. All right, so I mean, what's our lesson here? What's our lesson from this game? Again, I think it's just you need tier 3 units. You're going to beat Terran. I love the idea of trying to make Hydras work with their 90 hit points and upgrading them all the way is beautiful. Again, we saw how long it took to kill a Hydra. They're much more tanky than they used to be, but medevacs healing up the bio just make enough of a difference to where I don't think it's a viable strategy at these higher levels. I mean, look at this. 256 dead Hydras, 147 dead Roaches, and that was it. I mean, that's pretty much what FatalBunny made during this game. 3 dead hatcheries. EATMYDICTION ended up losing 309 Marines, 110 Marauders, 14 tanks, 14 Liberators, 29 medevacs. Kudos to FatalBunny for killing 29 medevacs. That's hard to do, and it's hard to lose when you do that as well. But in the end, we're looking at 58,000 resources lost for the Zerg and just 45 or so. 45 for the Terran, so not as big a difference, but just came down to the fact that Hydras aren't quite tanky enough, aren't quite DPS-y enough to take down fully upgraded bio with medevac support. So, all right, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.